Everyone, and welcome to this lesson. Before I continue with this lesson, I quickly want to correct something from the last lesson that we talked about. So now, if you look at what we have on the screen here, you can see that this order actually stays like what we have here. Nothing has changed. And that was because of the fact that I forgot to introduce a button through which we can use to shuffle this thing and see how it is sorted. So this is a button I've added, and I'll change the name to maybe just short. So if I click on it, just take a look at this. Now you can see that this has changed. You can see 2020, 2025 before 2015, which is the correct sorting method. And that is because JavaScript compares string by string. So Benz and Hyundai and Toyota. So you will see that B comes before H, H comes before T. So to compare each of the alphabets one after the other and then gives an output. So that's for that about the last lesson. And from here, let's move to the last part of sorting when working with arrays in JavaScript. And this is how to achieve a stable array sort in JavaScript. So ES 2019 revised the array sort method. Before 2019, the specification allowed unstable sorting algorithms such as quick sort. After ES 2019, browsers must use a stable sorting algorithm. When sorting elements on a value, the elements must keep their relative position to other elements with the same value. So when you are sorting elements and they are the same, I mean, what if two items are equal? What should JavaScript do? Before this ES 2019 changes, during the times of unstable sort, browsers were allowed to reorder equal items, swap them randomly, and even break their original order. But after ES 2019, browser must use a stable sorting algorithm, and we are going to see how it looks like in this example. So what we are working with is a stable array sort. Stable array sort. So this button is no longer needed. Comment it out. And then this particular part, I'll remove it. And I can make a new array elements. Let me call it my array. So inside of this now, I want to make objects that has name and price. Let me just use something random, maybe like this. Yeah. So I can say price of this thing is 100. So I'm using auto completion because of time, because I want to make like 19 of these, so I don't want to delay us and waste our time either. So now, if you look at what we have here, so I want to make the first four equal. So everything will just be 100, 100, because I want to demonstrate when two items are equal in price. What should JavaScript do? Should this shuffle it randomly, just as the way I explained how unstable sort work before the ES 2018 specification that changes that sorting should use a stable algorithm. So I want to demonstrate how that looks like to us. So 150, can make this like 200. 200, 200. Now I have my array correct and complete right here on the screen. Now I want to sort through this array. My array.sort, which is the method. So I open this, and inside the method I want to use a compare function to compare the price. Don't forget I'm working with price, so this is just an arrow function. If you have forgotten, you can just do a quick refresher. Now I want to use an if statement to compare price. That's if price 1 is lesser than the value of price 2, then what should happen? Return -1. So which means that price 1 must come before price 2. If nothing else happened, then return 0 to me. And then I can close this. So this is where I want the value of my output to be. So I'll make this empty. And then I can loop through this, my array name, my array dots. I want to use for each method to loop over the function. And now I can make the function itself. And pass in the value. I hope you understand what I'm doing here. Value.name. So instead of tx is equal to txt plus, so I just use a shorthand to get what I need. Txt. Yeah, this way. And here a document of get elements. What do I want to get? The value of text. And somehow, somewhere, I have missed something. And that's because here is txt, not text. Txt. Because txt is what is here, and it is what I expect. So here as well should be txt. Yes. And now if you look at my screen, now you will see that 1, 2, 3, 4. The order stays the same. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing changes. So the stable algorithm is what allows JavaScript to keep the same order. Before the use of stable algorithm, it can shuffle these randomly. It can reorder them, even though they have equal value. So JavaScript can reorder them and swap them randomly before the ES 2019 specification. But with ES 2020 specification, it will just leave them at their position, which means that what you can see right here, that when short element on a value, the element must keep their relative position to other elements with the same value is true, which means that if nothing changes, the element will maintain their position. It's not going to break your code, and it's not going to break original order. So what the stable short means, it means that no jumping around for equal values. The values stay the same. And then if two items have the same key, short key, they will stay in the same relative order they had before shorting. You will see that what this had before shorting is what they still maintain. 0 before 1, before 2, before 3, and this is what is still maintained because nothing has changed in their key and in the order. So that's the whole idea of stable shorting in JavaScript. And then what are the use cases for using a stable shorting? When you want to sort products by price is an example. When you want to sort student score is an example. And when you want to sort order either by date or by any other parameters that you like to use. So this is how the stable sort works in JavaScript, especially when working with array. Thank you, and in the next lesson we'll continue.